What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 32 here in hashtag GSM4GM and WWE 2K23 MyGM Mode. I'm Graham GSM Matthews. Hope you guys are having a great week so far and enjoying your Christmas holiday season, whatever it might be. As we roll on into our next pay-per-view Survivor Series, I've already booked out not only this show, obviously, at the end of last week's episode, but pretty much the next 3 weeks. I don't want to jinx myself and have something happen or someone get hurt, where all the rundowns I've had for Week 8, Week 9, and Week 10 here in the game, or show 8, 9, 10, whatever, in Season 2, in my Season 2, blah, 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 are completely messed up. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But we're going to get right into it. We're in Kansas City, Kansas here tonight for SmackDown, weeks out from Survivor Series. We're opening up the evening with a stacked opening tag team matchup. Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes once again joining forces to take on LA Knight and Seth Rollins in tag team action. Randy Orton calls out ILJA DRAGUNOV following his return to SmackDown last week. Matt Riddle will take on the in-ring return of ILJA DRAGUNOV here on the show. That's the match we're going to be watching. None of these matches, except for the main event, have interference. So we could watch any of these three, but we watched the women's match last week. I feel like we've watched this match before, so we'll watch this one. We definitely have watched this before, actually, a couple of weeks ago. So we're going to watch ILJA DRAGUNOV and Matt Riddle. Bayley, she's got a promo here tonight calling out, who's she feuding with? Becky Lynch? I don't remember. She's not calling out Becky, though, right? She just has a charity promo. I think we need to do more charity promos. That's why I booked this, because, I mean, she could call out Becky, but we don't have enough charity promos on the show, so to fulfill one of the requirements, we're doing that. We're going to crown our new women's tag team champions. I don't think we've had women's tag team champions. Did we have women's tag team champions in the last season, like even before the draft? I don't think we did. And I know we did in Season 1 back in 2K22, but I'm talking like 2K23. I don't think so. I mean, these won't be consistently defended. We don't really have the deepest women's division. I mean, not even WWE in real life does with the women's tag team division, but we are going to do this matchup. Liv Morgan and Cora Jade, who are a formidable tag team, taking on Gigi Dolan and Whitney Quaid for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles, vacant championships on the line. Charlotte Flair calls out Bianca Belair before her title defense next week against Liv Morgan. And then in the main event, Edge is, I almost said Adam Copeland, teaming with Shinsuke Nakamura against Carmelo Hayes and Dolph Ziggler with Sami Zayn at ringside. Because what I'm thinking is Sami Zayn's going to get involved in the Ziggler and Nakamura bad blood, and it's going to be a triple threat between those three for the Intercontinental Championship at our next pay-per-view. I think everything else is all set. Show logistics. We're running on a deficit. I mean, we don't have much money. We have a budget. The show costs $78,000 because we just bought, I think, Dragunov, and we paid a lot of money for something. I forget. So we're not, we're not the most, we're not the richest people right now. So it is what it is. But we'll get right into the show, and hopefully we can make some money off of this episode. Let's confirm booking. Confirm booking. All right. We've got a pretty stacked roster, I will say that much. We're going to simulate this because we're going to watch Dragunov and Riddle, like I said. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar emerging victorious. New tag team feud going from level 0 to level 2 in one match. That's cool. A good match. Orton calls out Dragunov, okay. Because remember, Dragunov cost Orton a steel cage match last week against Sami Zayn. Orton can no longer challenge for the Intercontinental Championship while Sami Zayn is champion. And he's been champion for a while. So we're going to watch this one. ILJA DRAGUNOV making his return to in-ring action in the blue brand against the familiar foe in Matt Riddle. Let's get into it. Because remember, history lesson before Dragunov, I mean, actually Riddle as well. Riddle's back now here on SmackDown as well. I don't think, did we have even Matt Riddle a week ago? I think Riddle's back here on SmackDown too. I think that's who I paid for. I brought back Matt Riddle to SmackDown. Riddle and Dragunov were on SmackDown before Mania, but we lost them in the draft. Not to another brand, but they just weren't on the free agency until like now. I'm glad we've got them early in the season. I was worried that either when they became available, that another brand would sign them. And if not, I forgot that he has his old theme in this game. His new theme is way better. I was worried they might become available closer, like, to the end of the season. So, now I want to pick right up where we left off with these guys a couple of weeks ago. Because remember, right before WrestleMania, Sami Zayn got hurt, so Dragunov, to kind of keep himself busy, went after Matt Riddle and Randy Orton. So now Dragunov is rekindling his rivalry with Orton and Riddle. And I think in the next couple of weeks we're going to have them collide for the tag team title. Sami Zayn and Dragunov against Orton and Riddle. And remember, Dragunov and Sami Zayn were the tag team champions before Dragunov was drafted off of the show. Not undrafted, but he was not picked up, and he wasn't in free agency until now, blah, blah, blah. So we technically do not have SmackDown Tag Team Champions. I guess we could just say the titles never really... They've been champions the whole time. I guess we could also make that argument, because it would be a little silly if Dragunov left the show and now he's back. I don't know. We'll probably just say they've been Tag Team Champions this whole time. And we can do that match soon. But I'm glad we got Riddle back. I'm glad we got Dragunov back. They can pick up right where they left off, like I mentioned. ILJA already just dominating the match. Look at Riddle's momentum. He has like no momentum. His health is completely deteriorated already. Dragunov, quick count. Got a 1 count there. I'm looking forward to Punk being back in the game. We can have a lot of fun with Punk being on the roster in 2K24. Unfortunately, Edge won't be in the game, so that's a bummer, because he's in AEW now. We're going to lose Riddle as well. Riddle will be out off the game because he got released. Him, Ziggler, that doesn't really bother me too much. Shelton Benjamin is released. Maxo Male Models. I mean, not a lot of big names aside from Edge. Oh, nice knee there from Dragunov. Holy shit. Oh, nice kick there from Dragunov as well. Oh, another nice knee from Riddle. Riddle was having some great matches here on the show before he left after WrestleMania. You know who I'm looking forward to getting back here in the brand, though? Wesley and AJ Styles. Wesley might have been picked up elsewhere. AJ might have been picked up elsewhere, too. I don't think he was, though. I feel like he went undrafted and just wasn't in the free agent pool. So we got to find him and put him... I mean, he's got to become available soon. I want AJ back on our show bad, because he was doing some great work after turning heel. Kind of lost our chance to do that little mini faction with him, Gallows, and Balor, but, you know, that's fine. Oh, and Dragunov with a nice clothesline to Matt Riddle. And another cover. That might be it. 1, 2. Oh, kick out at 2. Oh, back fist to Riddle. Already he's going to put Riddle away. Z-bar. Oh, and he connects. I don't know what he says when he does that move, but it's something like that. 1, 2, 3. Damn, what a squash for ILJA Dragunov. Great stuff. Proving himself ahead of an inevitable encounter with Randy Orton, who was out for revenge, calling out Dragunov right before this matchup. He desperately wants his hands on Dragunov for costing him that match with Sami Zayn. Now Dragunov and Zayn back on the same page after kind of teasing tension a number of months ago following their great Iron Man match at Extreme Rules. It's another long-term story we can continue to tell here in the game. Great stuff. Bailey charity promo, 2,000 fans, good stuff. We're going to simulate this one. Who will be crowned our inaugural Women's Tag Team Champions? Because remember, 2K22 is not canon. Cora Jade and Liv Morgan. I like that. Liv Morgan is contending for the SmackDown Women's Championship next week, but I do like the team of her and Cora Jade, so that's a real good match, a real good outcome. Charlotte Flair calling out Bianca. Rivalry grows between those two. And we get to our main event, Shinsuke Nakamura and Edge taking on Carmelo Hayes and Dolph Ziggler with a run-in from Sami Zayn. And he's going to inadvertently cost the heels the victory, that being Dolph and Carmelo. So Nakamura and Edge go over. Okay, interesting. We don't give a fuck about this show. I mean, Braun Strowman and Akira Tozawa, Kane and Angel Garza. What the fuck is this show? What is NXT looking like? The same 10 matches that we always get? Scott Hall and Eric, what a match. Uncle Howdy and Bad Bunny. The Razor Ramon. He's put. They have Razor Ramon and Scott Hall on the same show. That's amazing. And then Razor Ramon's little brother in the main event against Ridge Holland. My God. I mean, quality-wise, our show is just far better. You cannot argue me. You cannot argue with that at all. So we got 31,000 new fans, $97,000. That's good. That's good. We need the cash moi, especially as contracts come up and we want to re-sign people. Damn, they're making a fucking shit ton of money, but that's because they're signing losers. People that are very inexpensive. So we accomplished the commissioner goal this week. We've gotten contract negotiation. Add 4 weeks to a free agent or Legends contract duration. Okay, that's going to come in handy. Very nice, very nice. Newark, New Jersey tonight. Got a couple people in the DMs. Triple H says, I've got a lucrative deal for you. Belair is getting pretty popular and a major studio approached us to have her star in a movie. The deal is simple. Bianca shoots the picture for 4 weeks and SmackDown gets $525,000. This is the exact same thing he said to us last season with Brock Lesnar. All right. The downside is that Belair won't be able to do any shows while she's shooting, but she might come back even more popular if the movie goes well. What do you think? I think the answer is yes, because like I said, this is going to cause me to switch up my shows a little bit, which is, I thought we wouldn't have to, but at the same time, though, I mean, how do we not do this? Because before I say yes, this is my rationale for doing it. Liv Morgan won that #1 Contenders Fatal 4-Way a week or two ago. I was going to do that match on this coming week's edition of SmackDown. I was going to do that in the main event. And then if Liv won, Bianca cost her the win, or cost Charlotte the win, we can still do Charlotte and Bianca at the pay-per-view. We can now save Charlotte and Liv for the next show. We don't have to do it on SmackDown. Because Bianca's not going to be here anyway, so we could very well save that just for the next show, which is probably what I'm going to do. That's an incredible deal. That's a lot of money that we could use for free agents and legends and stuff like that, so let's definitely do it. I could use the cash moi. Great, this is going to be a major payday for the brand. Tell Belair to pack her bags. You won't be seeing her for a few shows. Liv says, my friends and family have been waiting so long for me to see. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Can't wait to entertain them tonight. I forgot we're in Liv's hometown, so I didn't even know that when I booked her to face Charlotte on this show. I was going to do the match regardless tonight, before the Bianca thing even came around. We definitely got to do Charlotte and Liv tonight. My show is not changing. I was going to switch up the lineup and have the match saved for the pay-per-view. I know I just said that a minute ago. We're going to stick to the plan and have Liv face Charlotte tonight for the championship. And even if she loses, we will watch the match, not do any run-ins. It'll be a clean match. We will watch the match, and we can always do a rematch of the pay-per-view. Okay, so we'll put Liv on the show. Becky says, I haven't had any matches in a while, and the fans are starting to forget about me. Don't you have room for me in a match on tonight's card? Yes, I do. I was already going to book her in a match. Sure thing, Becky, I want you back on the spotlight. Thanks, good to know I'm still part of your plans. Ensure that your least popular available bruiser is in a match this week. Who the fuck would that even be? Alright, so we're going to stick to the plan of what I said we were going to do. Liv Morgan and Charlotte Flair one more time tonight. The rematch. I mean, the rivalry's on cooldown, but how do we not do the match? I think we got to do it. It's got to be the main event. That's going to be a big match. So we'll do that tonight. We're going to do, let's see, Becky Lynch. They already paid us up front. Movie doesn't even have to go well for us to get paid, which is great news. There's Becky. She's going to face Whitney Quaid with a run-in from beep, 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 boop, beep, Bailey. All right. We're going to do Zayn and Nakamura with a run-in from Ziggler. Let's see. Hold on. This is week 8, right? Yeah. I was going to do Zayn and Nakamura, but, like, do we do Zayn versus Ziggler because he cost him the match last week? I don't think so. I mean, I think the rating will be lower because they're both heels, so let's just stick to the plan of doing Zayn and Nakamura interference with Dolph. Going after Nakamura. We're going to do LA Knight and Cody Rhodes tonight with a run-in from Seth freaking Rollins. Going after Cody. So we got that going on. We're going to do another charity promo tonight. Let's see, with Brock. I'm ready for like this 4-way Universal title program to be over. I was going to do it on SmackDown, but we're going to do it at the pay-per-view instead. I decided that last week. So we'll do that. Carmelo Hayes will call out Edge. Boom. And ILJA Dragunov is going to call out Randy Orton. Are they having a match? No, I'm not doing the match at the pay-per-view. We're going to do that match because we don't have enough room at the pay-per-view. So we're going to do that match on SmackDown next week. So he wants Randy, and that's our show. It's a pretty solid show. So let's do all of this. We don't need a big stadium. We can do Road Crew. We have Gorilla Crew now. We'll buy that in a second. Boom. Boom. What is this? How much does this cost? Unlock for $100,000. Yes. We have the cash mall, so we will buy it. What is this? Gorilla Crew. It costs $20,000. It's $100,000 to buy, but to use, it's only $20,000. So we will do that. And then Backstage Crew is what we were doing before, and then Road Crew. All right, we got the Gorilla Crew now, so that'll help. Cool. Power cards. You have a couple contract negotiations? No, just one, right? Yeah, we have one contract negotiation. This To The Moon one I want to use one of these weeks. Only usable on superstars with less than 60% popularity. Plus 15 popularity to a superstar after their next match. So who could we use that on? Who's below? Boom. So it's only usable on these 4 because everyone else is over 60. I would use it on Dragunov. I would definitely use it on Dragunov. So we'll probably use it next week. I can use that for him. Tornado Alley, To The Moon. I was going to do a tornado tag match last week, but I don't think we could even afford it. Block an opposing brand from booking one of their champions in next week's show. We will use that next week for the pay-per-view because I'm an asshole on one of the other brands. Fortune Fire. One randomly booked Hell in the Cell match in your show will receive a higher than normal rating. Well, that could have come in handy before Hell in the Cell. And okay. So just looking at complete 5 challenges this season. We got to book more Fatal 4-ways. Discover the match specialties. I don't know how to fucking do that. Book 8 promos with a charity promo. Or 8 shows with a charity promo. We'll continue to do that. Book 15 shows with the title match. We're still doing that. Okay, we're making the rounds here. We're making the rounds. Now let's go to my favorite category, sign free agents. Well, before we look at that, I didn't even look at it. Can we sign a free agent? Do we have one of those things? No, we don't. Okay. Sign free agents. You got Drew McIntyre for $144,000. Apparently no one wants Drew. Kevin is free. Bobby's free, who we used last season in 2K23. Candice is fucking cheap. She's $16,000. We could use Candice, but I don't really have a reason to bring any of these people in right now is the thing. Like, Drew is really cheap. I'm not Drew. Bobby. But, like, the thing with Bobby is that, I don't know what to do with any of those people right now, so we won't use them. Like, if I saw AJ, I would buy him the fuck up because we already had him and it made sense that he was on the show. Currently, I don't really have a plan for those people. So until we lose someone or we have an open spot for one of those people to be occupying on our show, then we won't sign them. So that's SmackDown for next week. It's going to be Becky Lynch returning to the ring on SmackDown against Whitney Quaid with Bayley sitting in on commentary. Carmelo Hayes calling out Edge for a rematch at the next pay-per-view at Survivor Series. Sami Zayn will take on Shinsuke Nakamura with Dolph getting involved. Brock Lesnar cutting a charity promo. LA Knight taking on Cody Rhodes with Rollins getting involved. ILJA Dragunov calls out Randy Orton for a match on next week's SmackDown. And then in the main event, Liv Morgan will challenge Charlotte Flair again, this time in her hometown for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bianca's gone for right now. She's filming a movie. Liv Morgan is on her own. We will get to Liv, or rather Charlotte versus Bianca when Bianca gets back. That's a pretty strong show. I'm really looking forward to Liv and Charlotte in the main event. I really hope Liv wins. That would be an awesome moment. She's lost to Charlotte 3 times. They just had a great match at the last pay-per-view, but I do think it's Liv's time to win the title on SmackDown. I could be wrong, and if she doesn't win the title, then I'm not sure what we do with them at the pay-per-view. Maybe we don't do a women's title match in the pay-per-view and we put Orton and Dragunov on there instead. I'm not sure, so we'll find out. But until then, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the show. I appreciate it. Have an awesome one. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.